I was definitely nervous for the kick, not because I wasn't trusting of my holder and the snapper and the blocks, but it is a lot of pressure when you just look around and you see the student sections from both teams running behind the field goal, and I just see and turn around and see my whole community, and it's definitely nerve-wracking, but I had a lot of trust in the people around me, so that cut the nerves a little bit.
It was super exciting. I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't believe it because usually I'm not usually a starter, so I just couldn't believe I did it. I thought it was never gonna happen, but it happened. So.
I think they both compete hard and they both enjoy pressure moments and they both enjoy winning. I mean, those guys are here and they're here to win. You know, I mean, they like to compete, and Ivey's not going to back down from anyone. I don't think Tysean will either. So those would be things, you know, I'd say are similar.
Well, it was really exciting, but I was glad my blocks were there for me. You know, if I couldn't do nothing about my blocks, so I'm glad they were there for me. And she had a pretty good kick, so helped us a lot.
He's our other kicker, so just having that as being the two kickers on the team was definitely kind of cool to see my fellow kicker out there scoring the touchdown and then me going in for the extra point. So it's definitely really fun to see.
I try to tell Tysean is not a kicker. Tysean is a football player that happens to kick. Ivey is a kicker. There's a difference. And we've had to remind Tysean, you're a football player that kicks occasionally. But they do work together well every day.
It's definitely very funny because he's not a natural kicker, so he does have a lot to work on, and he has the leg, obviously, but it's kind of funny because I give him pointers and he'll give me pointers, and we kind of pick on each other, but we have definitely a brother-sister relationship, so it's really awesome to see him do well.
So we both, you know, come out here, kick every day. It's kind of, like you said, it's kind of a struggle for me because I'm not a natural kicker, so it's hard. So we have a pretty good relationship. She helps me sometimes. I kick sideways, kick everywhere basically, but she helps me out sometimes. So.
People have dubbed it a breakout game for him. Do you feel this is really kind of a breakout, or do you feel it's like a long time coming for him?
I feel it's definitely been a long time coming. Unfortunately, Jabo got injured last game, so it did call on other players to step up and kind of fill what he's been doing so far this season. So I do feel like that gave Tysean more of an opportunity to step up this game, and he definitely did, so I'm very proud of him.
Friday night, Tysean really stepped up when he was called upon and went 26 carries for 204 yards, and they were hard-earned yards. He's a bull in a china shop kind of runner. You know, he's not going to outrun people, but I tell you what, he's going to make linebackers think twice about coming up and hitting them, and had some big, outstanding runs for us in some key moments, and he's paid his dues. He's gotten better every single week. Has done a great job blocking for the two guys I mentioned earlier, and when he was called upon, he was ready, and that's how we'd like to see.
I'm not gonna lie, I was really nervous, but you know, it came through. So.
And what do you think it is that gives him his edge?
Tysean's just, you know, he's a tough young man, and I think he plays the game in a way that he's going to wear people out. You know, I think he takes pride in that.
I would say both his size and his grit. You know, his size is definitely very beneficial, especially at his position. So you see him just carrying kids into the end zone on his back. So it's honestly funny to see. And also, Tysean's not someone who gives up. If on a second down he runs into someone, he's just as hard going on the third down to get the yards that we need for the team.
So you've got that, you know, you've got that a little bit of nerves going in there. It goes in, it's good. You turn around, you've won the game. What's that feeling like?
You know, because there was a minute left, I was still very conscious of the other things that could still go wrong. You know, people say that I won the game, but at the end, it still comes down to great defense, because even after we were up 17-14, it still comes down to, are we going to put in what we need to make sure that that stays the game winner. So
Ivey's been with us for 2 seasons, and the way you gain confidence in people is you deliver when you're called upon, and she's been doing this for 2 years. She was reliable last year for us, and I think what's changed this year is her range is maybe a little bit longer, but she's always been reliable. She's very accurate, and you know, I had no doubts, to be quite frank with you. I was already planning about what we were going to do. Are we going to squib kick or kick away and, you know, what we were going to do on defense. There wasn't a doubt as to whether she was going to make it.
I'm like, yeah, it's going in. Like, unless like someone doesn't block, then I feel like it's going in most of the time.
But a lot of confidence.
Yeah, a lot of confidence, a lot of confidence.
I would definitely say that my edge just comes from a place of wanting to represent my community, not only being, you know, I've always gone to Commerce, so I've seen what football means to the community, but also representing kind of all the girls in the stands and just trying to be a good example for everyone.
She comes out here every day and works hard. You know, she's obviously a great, outstanding soccer player, but she's here all week. She puts the time in. She's earned the respect of her teammates. Coach Standridge has poured into her. She listens to the small details. I think she's risen to the occasion all season. She's expanded her kicking duties this year, and I think that's what she wanted. And I think she really enjoys being a part of this team, and we're happy to have her.
You know, how much did this win mean for the team?
It meant a lot because it's, for one, Banks County and us, I'm pretty sure the streak is, right now, it's 33-2. So it was really exciting for the whole team, our whole community, stuff like that. So.